live stream. Okay, in this video I'm gonna teach you how to speed up your workflow in After Effects. So let's start by creating a solid layer. So instead of going here, right click, new solid layer, press Ctrl Y, and now this will create a solid layer. I'm gonna call this background. And now I want to make a mask the same shape of my solid layer. So I'm gonna grab this ellipse and double click to make it the same size as my solid layer. So I want to increase the feather of this mask. So press, instead of going here in the mask, increasing the feather, press F, and now you can increase the feather like this. And also I want to animate the path of this mask. So instead of going here to the path, press M, and now I'm gonna make a keyframe and animate this. Double click the mask and bring it all here. So now I want to go here to this path. So instead of grabbing this and moving this like this, I'm gonna grab this keyframe, copy it with Ctrl C and paste it here with Ctrl V. So now we have this animation. And if you want to see all the mask properties, instead of opening the properties here, you can do it by hitting 2 times the M. So press M 2 times, and now you will see all the mask properties. So you can increase here the opacity, the mask expansion, and all of that. So I want this animation to be faster. So instead of grabbing this and move it like this, I'm gonna grab all these keyframes and holding Alt, grab the last keyframe and move it. You can move it closer to make this faster, or further away to make this slower. Give me a second. Yeah. So if you want to ease this keyframe, instead of right click and go into keyframe assistance, you can press F9. You have this keyframe with ease. And if you want to make these keyframes linear again, you can do it by holding Ctrl and click in any of these keyframes. And now they are linear again. Okay, now I'm going to create a shape layer, a circle. So I'm gonna press Q to select here the shape tool. You can move between these, you can move between these shapes by pressing Q again. So you can select the shape you want. I'm gonna create a circle. So I'm gonna drag and click. I'm gonna click and drag. And to make this ellipse a perfect circle, hold Shift. And now you have this perfect circle. If you want this circle to start scaling up from the middle, you can do it by holding Ctrl. And now it will start from the middle. And holding Ctrl and Shift, you make it a perfect circle. So now I want to First, I'm going to close all of this. You can do it by pressing U. And I want to change the scale. So you can go here to the transform properties, and here you have the scale. Or you can just simply press S, and you can change the scale here. But you see the anchor point is here, so the scale starts from there. So to move the anchor point in the middle of the circle, of the shape, you have to press Ctrl Alt Home, and now you have the anchor point in the center of the circle, so now it will start to scale up from the center. And also I want to move this to the center of the screen, so press Ctrl Home, and now you have this in the center of the screen. And let me see what another thing. Scale. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna teach you each of these transform properties, the shortcuts. So to move this circle, you can open the position with P of position, and now here you can move the position. You can change the rotation with R of rotation, and you can rotate here the circle. And you can also move the anchor point by pressing A of anchor point, and here you can move the anchor point. And you can change the opacity, not with O, but with T. I think T is for transparency maybe, and it's also closer to the hand. So T of transparency. And let's say I want to change the scale, but I also want to see the position. So now I have the scale here, but if I press P, now I only see the position. So to see both, you have to press Shift, hold Shift, and press the property you want. So in my case S, and now here I have the position and the scale. You can also add another one like the rotation, Shift R, and now you have the rotation, Shift T, and the opacity. And you can add properties like that. And now let me see what other thing. Oh yeah. So now I'm gonna teach you how to move here in this screen, the composition panel. So you can move in the screen here holding space and clicking. You can move around, or with the middle mouse click with the wheel. Oh, sorry, what? I touched here. Okay. With the wheel, you can also move here around. And well, with the wheel, you can increase and decrease the zoom. And to make this in the middle of the screen again, you have to go here and select fit up to 100% or fits. And now it will go back to this position. So now I want to duplicate this shape layer. So to duplicate this layer, you can hide this with U. Oh, also you can show all the keyframes with U or hide all the keyframes with U. So if I make some opacity keyframe here, position keyframe, and you see if I press U, you see all the keyframes. And with U, you you hide all of that keyframes. So now I'm going to duplicate this and press Ctrl D, and it will duplicate the layer. And now I have here two circles. And now let's say I'm gonna change this circle scale a little bit, like this. And now let's say I want to move this circle to this circle position. I can easily do that by going here to the parent pick whip, hold Shift, grab the pick whip, and select the other layer. And now you will see the scale becomes the same scale of the other layer. So it's to 100% again. And also, because this is parent, I can move this circle and the other circle will also move. And now let's say I want to make this circle to go back to normality. So instead of moving this to 100, I can just simply right click this property and select here reset, and it will go back. Now I'm going to delete this. We don't need this. And now I want to create a adjustment layer. So you can find all of these shortcuts by going here to layer, new, and you can see all the shortcuts here. So now let's create a adjustment layer with Ctrl-Alt-Y, and let's add to this adjustment layer a exposure effect. So now we have this effect. We can increase or decrease the exposure. And let's say I want to also add another effect, a turbulent displace, to make this all wobbly. And I want to see all these effects here in the timeline. So instead of opening here and effects, you can simply do it by pressing E. And now you can see all the effects here. So now let's say I want to make a expression to this exposure effect. So I'm gonna go here to the stopwatch and click and press Alt click. And I'm going to type an expression to make this wiggle. So it goes up and down, up and down. You can see it there. And also I want to make a expression here for the turbulent displace evolution to make this move all the time. So I'm gonna alt click the stopwatch and type here time asterisk and 250. I can hide this with U. And now we have the expressions set. And let's say I want to see all those expressions again. Instead of trying to find the expression like this, you can simply hit 2 times the E. So press E 2 times and you will see all the expressions there. So that's another thing you can do. I'm gonna delete these effects. And let's say I want to pre-compose this circle. So instead of right click, I'm going to pre-compose here. I didn't even remember how to pre-compose that way. Yeah. instead of right click and hitting pre-compose here, you can simply press Ctrl Shift C, and now you can pre-compose this layer. I'm gonna make this layer 3D, and now I want to create a camera. So to create a camera, you can do it with the shortcut Ctrl Alt Shift C, and now you create the camera. And let's say you want to move in the 3D space. So instead of going here to these tools, grabbing the tools and moving around, you can simply do it by holding Alt, and now you can use your mouse to move around. So if you click, you will pan around the object. If you press the right click, you will zoom in and out. And if you press the middle button, the wheel, you will move around like this. So this is a faster way to move in the 3D space. Yeah, I think that's basically everything to make your workflow faster in After Effects. There's some things here, but you can see the shortcut there. So to create text with Ctrl T, grab the pen tool with the G, and all of these tools, you have the shortcut there, so you can read the shortcut and just use it. Let me think. Yeah. So if you want to change your composition settings, instead of going here to the project panel and here to the composition, you can do it with Control K. Control K. And now you can access to these composition settings. And also, if you just want to create a new project, instead of going here, a new project, you can do it with the shortcut Ctrl Alt N. I'm going to save this. So that's basically it. That's all for today's tutorial. Yeah, that's all for this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.